Welcome everyone. Today's video finds us over here in the Ayutthaya district of Ayutthaya. I came up here today and I came across this temple right here. There's two of them, and one of them is like the really old part, and then they built a new part across this little canal that's right here. Anyway, it's Wat Korokoso is the old part, and we'll look around it first, and then we'll walk over and we'll look at Wat Sakae or Wat Sakae, and we'll see what it looks like over here. This is the canal that separates the two temples. Right over there is Wat Sakae, and this is quite a really peaceful little area. You can see there's like a little floating restaurant right here, and then it goes up there. You got the water hyacinths on the canal and all of the houses built up on stilts. It's a really a nice area, and it's just about, I guess, about 5 kilometers east of Ayutthaya, and this is the first part we'll look at. So they have these couple little statues down here on the canal. Now this temple here is also named Wat Klang Tong. Tong is the Thai word for gold. So what they've done here is, this is an old Ayutthaya ubasot right here, or the ordination hall. And actually it's the Wihan. And this was destroyed by the Burmese. And what they've done is they've came back, they've left the little walls up, and they've built a small little building inside of it. And they have a statue of King Taksin. Now I'm not sure what the significance of his statue is here, but King Taksin was vital to the Thais. He escaped from Ayutthaya when the Burmese were encircling it, and he didn't come here, I don't think. I've done a couple videos of where he escaped out of Ayutthaya over by Wat Hantra. And you can see here, here's the old wall, and they have this nice wooden building, and then there's a museum over here. This is the kind of stuff I really like. So because they incorporate the old in with the new. So here's the old wall, and this really cool looking little moon drop right here in the middle of it. Okay, let's go in there and let's look at the Buddha inside of it. And here's the bells you can ring, and then you can light the candle, and then you can go inside. So they have the Naga right here. And it's a brilliant gold, and you burn the oil here, and then they have a little place to sit, nice little breezeway. You can see they have like the mythical birds here, and then they have 2 little doors, and then they have this centerpiece. And this is the main Buddha inside of here. Now the story goes is when the Burmese sacked this temple, that they cut the head off of the Buddha that's here. So this is a replacement. And then they have like the little amulets around in the 4 cardinal directions in here. Yeah, this is a cool little building. This is something you don't normally see. Yeah, a lot of the Buddhas, the images, the Burmese like burned them to where they could melt the gold off of them also. And then they took it back to Myanmar. They have this nice little wooden building here, but it's locked up. You can see the Thai style house look with all the gold and everything. And then this building right here is a little museum. So you have the place here, you can buy some things to make some donations to the temple. And then they have some rooms over here to pray. They have some images inside there. And it is active, and they're selling the amulets here. So this is inside this little museum here. You can see they have some of the old bricks and stuff. And everything in it is in Thai. They have some old pictures, a couple of the old Buddha images here, and some pictures of the old monks. Now the Wat Sakae is really famous for the Thais, because the old monk is a really famous monk that made some amulets, and they have some, what the Thais believe, supernatural powers. So these are the Buddha writings. So they write them on these little leaf things, and you can see the writing on it. That is like the Buddha scripture. And I've been to ceremonies where the monk will break these out, and he'll read the little sermon off of those. and then they can store them in these here, or they'll store them in those little wooden cabinets also. Another little look here. There's that Wee Han, the statue, that little wooden building, and then this museum over here. The second floor is closed off. Now the monks actually said that this temple here dates back to early Ayutthaya, late Sukhothai era. So this would have been around the 1300s when this was built. And this is just all that remains. Okay, so now we're gonna go across the little bridge and we're gonna go over to the new part. Yeah, this is King Taksin. Now after the fall of Ayutthaya, he fled with a small army all the way over to Chantaburi in Trat, and then he built up his forces and he came back over here and he defeated the garrison army in Ayutthaya, and then he eventually reunified all of Thailand, and he moved the capital from Ayutthaya over to Thonburi, and then Rama I seized power, and then he moved the capital from Thonburi over to its current spot in Bangkok. And then this is this little canal. This is really a nice little place. It's a little short walk, a 3-minute walk over the little klong, over the little canal over here to the new part. Got a dog hanging out up here. Yeah, and it's a bridge, but it's basically just one-way traffic. You got to stop over here if a car comes towards you. Now over here, this is another little museum, and it's locked up right now, but it's dedicated to this monk right here. And inside there are like amulets. Now he was like a monk for 65 or 68 years, and then he died as a monk at this temple. And he was like 88 years old or so when he died. And he supposedly had like magical powers, and he would make these amulets, and then the powers and the amulets would keep people alive, make you feel good and all of that. So people come over here just to buy the amulets. And then over there's the crematorium, and we got quite a few buildings. We'll look around here. This is about as good a look as we can get of this building. That's the museum for that old monk. Yeah, it's really cool. I like how they have the kind of sloped roof, and then all the plaster work there, the wheel of law and all of that. And here's the bell tower. It's made out of marble. And then we'll go into this hall over here. In here is another little shrine. We'll come back and take a look at it. Okay, on second thought, let's go in here right away. So this is the old monk quarters where that old man monk was at. And he's a really, really famous monk for the Thais. It's this nice wooden building. They have books and all kinds of stuff in here. And some of the wax figures of them. In the middle here, they have this little room, and it's quite nice. It's air conditioning, and you can see they have the old monks there, and then they have the center Buddha image. It's kind of hard to see it because it's behind glass, but it's this cool little room. It's got the wooden floor, and then over here they have a bunch of pictures of that old man monk, and then kind of what everybody comes over here to do is to buy these little amulets. So they have amulets from 60,000 baht down to 100 over here. And then the gift shop's ran by, or the amulet sales is by the monk here. This is a nice look at that bell tower with that white marble. And there's a bunch of cats running around here. There's a mama cat with all the kittens. And then we got this chetty. You can see it has the Buddhas on the bottom. And then this is where we'll go. We'll go into this ordination hall. Yeah, this hall here is quite beautiful. It has the marble, and it has that red teak wood up there, and then the gold styling. Now, I don't know how old this is. This is the new part. The little old part across the river was the original temple, and then they moved it over to here. But we'll go in here and look. Let's look right quick at these, the chetty back here, and then we'll go inside. Yeah, so here's all the little kittens. And then the mama cat over here. Yeah, they're all catching some Z's. Yeah, that's funny. Here's the Khmer style chetty that's right behind it. And then you can see here, this is the ordination hall. Yeah, it is a beautiful building. And then they have another chetty right back here in the trees. I really like the styling of this one. It's just right back here. And then this is all the monk quarters. I think back behind here is the head abbot's resident, and then they have places over there for the other monks to stay. So we'll go inside the ordination hall. So they have that Buddha behind glass. You can see all that styling. They have the wire mesh up there to try to keep the pigeons out. And we're just in time for the chanting ceremony. Yeah, so the monks will start chanting here. They do this every evening. What a beautiful Buddha here. And the people will just come and they'll join in with the ceremony. A little bit of the styling around the windows. Now Bun found all the little kittens. Yeah, while we're in there, there was a cat even inside of that ordination hall while the monks were starting to chant. We'll take one more look here at this hall. Yeah, it's quite beautiful. I will finish up our video over here at these two little temples, Wat Korokoso and Wat Sakae, or Sakao, however you say it. Yeah, these are really nice. The new part is quite cool. It's a new temple, but I like the marble. And the old one is fantastic. I really like that with the old walls, and then they built that little moon drop inside of it. This is a pleasant little surprise. Came over here today to saw this. So anyway, if you like this video, make sure you smash like. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe and stick around and you're notified when I post some new videos like this. And if you know anything more about these two temples than I do, please tell me. There was kind of a limited amount that I was able to find. Most of it is about that old monk that died here that made all the amulets. That's mostly what you read about because that's what's important to the Thais. They come over here and they buy these amulets to wear around, and it protects them, they think. So anyway, definitely leave me a comment, tell me about it. And from over here in the Ayutthaya district of Ayutthaya, remember guys, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.